Scott, the Pirates began the season with the victory over the weekend down at George Fox. Give us your recap of how the Pirates played.
Sure. I mean, I was unbelievably pleased. Obviously, it's always good to to get a victory, but we've practiced a ton since we reconvened on campus in September, but we've played very, very little, and especially getting out on the road with some two new team members. And then the one thing I was really, really proud of is the conditions were tough. The weather was fantastic, which is usually what you think of when you think of conditions in golf. But ultimately, the course was unbelievably muddy. I mean, every step was water squirting out the side of your shoes and mud up your pant legs, lots of lost balls, even just in the rough cut, and yet the guys just persevered through that. And the weather was fantastic, but the conditions were tough, and then the fact of just not getting to play rounds of golf outside. I mean, I was just really impressed, and I kind of liken it to playing, it'd be like basketball. You can have balls, you can do all the drills, but there's no hoops to shoot at. And that's kind of like playing, practicing golf, hitting into nets. There's still a lot of work you can do, but there's really no replacement, for playing golf holes. And with all those things that could mount up to be excuses, our guys just embraced it, and they played fantastic. And specifically that second day, 5 over par as a total unit is, I'd be pleased with that, all through the year, let alone the very first event. So,
how cool was it for these guys to finally get to play? It had been almost a year and a half since they'd played their last competitive rounds as Whitworth Pirates. Just talk about how cool of an experience it was for them to get to do that again.
Sure, and it was so cool. And I can tell you, there's nobody, this whole season, specifically this first event, they're not going to be taking this for granted. You just think each fall and each spring college golf season, and the fact that that didn't happen last spring and it was modified this fall, I mean, I could notice just a level of gratitude and thankfulness and just appreciating that opportunity to play together. And one thing Caleb, one of our senior leaders, had mentioned, things just feel different this fall, and I was trying to explain to him, all the practice and the work and the preparation that goes into something is great in a sport, but ultimately what ties it all together is getting to compete together. That's when you truly feel like a team, and to be able to get out on the road together and do that this weekend, it was really encouraging, and just the genuine happiness, that they had for each other. Ultimately, we use tournament results to set the lineup for the next event, so there's always some unhappy people in terms of they might not get to travel next, but still so excited for their teammates and and what's ahead for the season. It was really fun to see.
You've set this team up for quite a challenge coming up this coming week. You're going to be playing at a Division II tournament down in California. Just talk about what opportunity that presents.
Right. And it is. Not only are we the only non-Division II team, they're some of the best teams in the country in Division II golf. And one thing that's cool about golf is you can view scores. And I like where we stand on paper as far as what scores are being shot and what scores we're capable of shooting. So I think that it's a big-time challenge. I feel like this is a team that has, national championship tournament potential, and not only that, but to make a splash at the national event if the season shakes out a certain way. So I was just looking for an opportunity for the guys to compete against high-level talent in a bigger event with a different set of pressure, good kind of pressure, and that was kind of the reasoning behind this event. And it will be a big-time challenge, and our guys are up to it and really excited. We're kind of using this as kind of a preparation for what a national championship tournament would be like if we're fortunate enough to qualify for it.